A wonderful place to find a museum dedicated to the work of Jules Verne. Look at these original volumes. Verne's publications were originally serialized in the magazine of his editor, Hetzel. Then they were published in smaller, almost booklets and volumes with no illustrations, and then in bigger combinations with no illustrations, and then in volumes with illustrations, and then finally these famous Christmas editions of books with color covers like this. The very famous Jules Verne books. These are what you think of when you think of Jules Verne books. But there are others, even earlier, and I have 7 in France, original editions.
Le secret de Guillaume Storitz avec Pierre et Devin. Voilà. La prochaine fois que je vais monter le studio, je vais essayer d'acheter ça. D'accord.
The great storyteller of travel and adventure, Jules Verne.
Mais c'est parce que pour rentrer, c'est pas vraiment une librairie. Je vais chercher une conférence. À partir du moment où on comprend que tu sais où est-ce que tu es, ça devient très local. Tu peux lui poser des questions. C'est lui, par exemple, qui m'a appris que les familles s'en avec une famille sans c'est absolument identifié à cause de l'action des rares, on peut savoir la culture. Lui, il fait ça.
1882. Les Journaux Illustrés. From the Earth to the Moon. Famous scene from Michael Strogoff. Look to Juan Van Stockum Productions for a new radio drama in 5 episodes of that which I consider his best work. Michael Strogoff. This is a poster for the theater show at the Theater du Châtelet. 3.5, 4 hours of extravaganza. It ran until 1939 from the late 1870s. It made Jules Verne wealthy enough to buy a boat, Saint-Michel III. Look to Warren Van Stockum Productions for the 5-episode radio drama.
It wasn't
It just goes and goes here in Malbaie. Excuse that? Jacquelin owns the original of this drawing. Very incredible. By Jules Verne himself. These are his words, his drawing. The original map of the mysterious island was in English. But Hetzel, of course.
But did we see, like, wait, you just do the recording.
And that's all right. We're just talking about the maps.
Yeah.
So these were the two versions that Hetzel had done from the original we just looked at. And you can see now.
Somebody must have engraved the plate for the printing.
Yes.
So I don't know how they did that. It's a signature.
Let's take another look at that original. This is pretty special. If you like the mysterious island, here is the original drawing by Jules Verne in English. Lincoln Island. And there's more. Let's look at some of the illustrations. There are over 4,000 illustrations in his 60-odd extraordinary voyages. One every 6 to 8 pages. Look at these. Yes, I suspect this is one of the Michels. San Michel 2, I suspect. El Mysterious. This is also a restaurant and a bar. And what do you have but Jules Verne memorabilia everywhere? Now, here's another model. Maybe that was a Jules Verne Saint Michel 1, this now being the Saint Michel 2. Because the third one, with a captain and 10 seamen, was bought by Jules Verne after the money he made on the theater production of Michael Strogoff.
The silver and the angle.
No, that's the band.
Oh yes, and here it is right here. Yes, the Saint Michel 3. He loved this boat. But 8 years after he bought it, he ran into financial troubles. He's not making enough money now from his stage productions, and he had to sell it. What a fine restaurant this is. Around the world in 80 days. Pretty groovy here at the annual meeting of the North American Jules Verne Society in Malbaie, Quebec, on the St. Lawrence Seaway, about 70 miles downstream, which is northeast on the St. Lawrence Seaway. If you come to the Museum of the Mysterious Island, have dinner, and revel in the wonder of Jules Verne.